just going to do something a little bit different today. I'm actually going to film from the rooftop of my apartment complex, and I'm going to do a video and I'll explain what area is in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, and then I'm going to come back. It's actually 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and it's Monday the 29th of August 2022. So at 3 p.m. now, I'm going to do a video and explain to you the city of Phnom Penh, Cambodia, and then I'm going to come back again at 8 p.m. tonight and do exactly the same video. So you will see the buildings that are in sight that you can see in the daylight, and at night time it's a totally different landscape. What you're seeing now, you're probably thinking at 8 o'clock tonight, being a Monday night, everyone will be home, all the lights will be on, but that's not the case. 90% of what you're going to see in the daylight at 8 p.m. tonight is going to be in darkness, as most of the modern apartments are completely empty, or the ones that are have just got the lights in the stairwell going and nothing else. So I'll start at a vantage point right in the corner over there, and I'll start doing the video and I'll explain to you, and then I'll come back tonight and do exactly the same video at night. So we'll go over to this advantage point here and we'll start. That's a saltwater swimming pool, very inviting. It's open 24/7. You can come up here anytime, day or night. And in my apartment complex, it's about less than 50% full. I'm the only one that doesn't work. So from Monday to Friday, I got everything to myself, including the gymnasium, which I don't use. The swimming pool, I got everything to myself. It's like, there's just no one here, Monday to Friday. And then people finish work and they use the swimming pool and they'll sit weekends. But Monday to Friday, I got the whole place to myself. So we'll go over to the vantage point over here and we'll start over here, and I'll do exactly the same tonight at 8 p.m. So take note of what buildings you can see and all this type of thing, and then 8 p.m. I'll do another video. Right, you'll see a lot of buildings with green or blue plastic safety curtain around them. They're under construction, and you'll also notice sky cranes on top of the building. Well, they are still under construction. So we'll move around a little bit further, and you'll take notice of that building, the grey one there and the white one. They are finished, alright? So it'll be interesting to see. You know, I'm taking the one from Advantage Point, I'll call it Vantage Point A. And now we're looking over towards Diamond Island or Compitch Island, or the beginning of the city of Phnom Penh. I'm actually in BBK3, which is a suburb just on the fringes of the city of Phnom Penh. And then we have this building here. It's just been completed and they're doing fit outs. So until this building was actually put up here 2 years ago, it's 60 stories high. I had a 360 view of Cambodia, or Phnom Penh I should say. That is cut out, and this is just one tower of 3 towers, so we're looking at the back view. And they're just doing the fit out, so tonight there'll be lights on there, workers doing the fitting out, you know, like beds, furniture, plumbing. And that's the street below there. So if you've ever been to Phnom Penh and you've been over to Diamond Island, that's actually a ghost city within a city. I did a video only 2 days ago on that one. We'll move around now. So take note of all the buildings that are in this position. I go past this and we'll come up and we're looking into the city of Phnom Penh now. So just take note of all the buildings in the background. I'll go down a little bit further. Down to the street below. Now all those buildings in the background you can see, that's another area was once a lake, and they filled the old lake in and reclaimed the land, so they're building new buildings out there. So anyone who's been to Phnom Penh, it's out by, you know, like Eon Mall 2 way. It covers in a vastest area. So I'll go to another vantage point, to vantage point number 2 or number B, which is over here. Now I'll do another vantage point of this vantage point here. I'll call it number 2 or number B. So we're looking out. You can see all the sky cranes building those apartments in the background. And we'll move around. Now we're looking out towards the Phnom Penh airport. So if you've been to Phnom Penh, Cambodia before, that's the airport out there. And they're actually building a new airport, a new international airport. So if you're going to come to Cambodia and Phnom Penh up until about the end of December 2022, you'll be landing at that airport, and then from January 2023 you'll be landing at the new international airport. So take note of all the buildings in the background, all the tall buildings, a lot under wrap. I've got sky cranes. Got sky cranes. There's a green one down here covered in green plastic. I'll just go down to street level there. Now we're looking over towards Russia Market area, but I'll go inside the gymnasium and do it from another advantage point. So Russia Markets is over there. So we'll go to another advantage point. This is I've done a video on it before, but this is just before I go outside and do the other ones. That's just the gymnasium there. You know, I don't use it because they're too light, you know, they're 20 kilograms each, you know. They won't supply 60 kilogram weights for me, so, you know, I don't come up here. It's got all the gymnasium equipment you'll want and treadmills, but we're not actually here to see this. So we'll go to another vantage point from Russia Markets. So they've got a kitchen up here in this room, tables and chairs, and people bring their food up here and eat and go swimming and all that type of stuff, but we're not doing that. So we're at our vantage point C, or number 3, off another balcony. So we are looking over towards Russia Markets, and as I said before, all those buildings with the green around them, or the blue, or a sky crane is still under construction. Phnom Penh, the city of Phnom Penh just goes on for just ever. It's just a huge city. You can see it right out in the distance, It's absolutely massive, and expanding at an incredible rate each month. It's the fastest growing city, or one of the fastest growing cities. Let me start again. It's the fastest growing city in Asia, and one of the fastest growing cities in the whole world for construction. And we're looking out now towards Russia Markets, and I know some of you who are watching will notice your apartment in the background that I've stayed here before. And I'm going to come back tonight at 8 PM and do exactly the same video from the exact locations. So I'll call this location number C, or number 3, and I'll go down a bit further. So in the middle of the picture now, the long white and grey and black building, running parallel to each other. That's the Genocide Museum down there, S21, which is on Street 113. So any tourists who have ever been to Phnom Penh have been to the Genocide Museum, or if you're coming to Phnom Penh, Cambodia, as a tourist attraction, you'll probably go to the Genocide Museum. Well, that's it down there. Anyway, we'll concentrate on one more sweep of the Russia Markets area and far beyond. Now we'll go around to point number 4, or point D, and see another one. So this is point D, or 4, and we'll film outside the window. Now we're at a different vantage point, but you can see from a D, or number 4 point at vantage point, that white and grey looking building there, they're completely been finished for a long time. So you'll see what happens when I do it at night time. So you can see the massive construction going on, high rises, They've got the sky cranes and they're all wrapped up in plastic. And it just goes on forever and ever and ever. Now we're looking back over towards Russia Markets. And so some of these videos is overlapping each other. I'm trying to get the whole city in. I'll go down a little bit further. That place with the silver roof down there, I know it's nothing to do with what I'm supposed to, but they sell luxury cars on there. Rolls Royces, Daimlers, Bentleys, Maseratis, Ferraris, Porsches, all the luxury cars they sell in there. and they're no longer Lamborghinis. They no longer, you know, you walk past today and they'll have a whole showroom display of luxury cars, and a couple of days later you walk back and they've all gone, and they've got new ones in different colours, different models, different ones. So a really high turnover of luxury cars. And in Cambodia, the sales tax on luxury cars or any vehicles is 100%. So if you've got a Rolls Royce that, you know, top of the range, or a Mercedes that sells for in your country for, you know, $300,000-$400,000, well, you double that because there's 100% sales tax on luxury cars, and they just get them in by the cars. The car carrying companies bring them in, you know, every morning, unload them in different colours, different brand, different company, and they just go within a few days. But anyway, that's not really what we're talking about. Got carried away there. But anyway, you can see from a vantage point number 4 or D, the buildings that are there in the background and getting built or being completed. And you'll see a complete different thing tonight at 8 PM when I do it. I'll just stick around out the window a little bit further, and we'll go around, and I'll go around to advantage point number 5 and E and do another one. I'll just go down to ground level. And there's the streets down below. And some of the buildings, you know, and it just goes on forever. You know, that becomes a blur. It's just 360 degree of just new building constructions or new apartments that have been completed, and you'll be amazed to see what happens at 8 PM tonight, or what you actually see. Will you see a city full of lights and, you know, life and apartments all lit up, or will you see everything in total darkness? So you'll have to wait until the end of this video when I do a night shot in night time at 8 PM tonight. That's when everyone should be, you know, home from work, having dinner, lights on, watching TV, putting the kids to bed, you know, on their computer, social media, other things. Oh, that doesn't happen until about 10 PM at night. But anyway, Monday night, so most people are not going out. A night out's a Monday night, the weekend, so Monday night should be, you know, different. So I'll call this advantage point number 5 or E, and we'll go out this door and overlap some of the buildings I've just done. Now this advantage point, I can see, well, you can see just in the background here, just behind this building, that they're fitting out now with furniture and bathroom accessories. There's the new tower getting built, and beyond that there's 3 more towers getting built, which this building here blocks them out, and each are going to, like, you know, between 60 and 88 stories high. So then you can see over towards Diamond Island or Con Pitch Island, if you do a Google search, you can see the construction cranes and all the high buildings and over. And take note, this is vantage point number 5 and number E, and I'll be doing this same shot 8 o'clock tonight, and you'll see that now we're coming around back to almost a complete 360 view, well, yeah, a 360 view of Phnom Penh city. Now we'll look at that big tall white one in the background, and then you've got a green one covered in the green safety netting, and the one on the right is covered in blue, so they will be in darkness. But The one in the middle, the white one, and these ones here, there'll be a big difference. So I'll just go down to ground level again. So you've got ground level there. That's that car place down there. And when they built this building, they actually put a roof over the road. So any construction material falling down would fall on top of the roof rather than pedestrians or cyclists or cars passing underneath it. So they're just doing the fit out now in this building over here. This one's actually called Argyle Sky Apartments, and there has to be at least 800 or more apartments in this complex here. Well, anyway, so we'll just go back over the complex and we'll look at that area over there, and I'll call this little area here, I'm going to call it area X. So I'm going to come back at 8 o'clock PM tonight up here, and take note, this is area X that I'm filming, and you'll notice the big difference at 8 o'clock PM tonight when it's dark. So this little area here with all those massive constructions in the background over there, and all that buildings, they're all finished, they're all completed. There's, dozens and dozens over there. They're all apartments. So I call this little area X, and we'll see what it looks like tonight at 8 PM. And I'd like to, for you people to, imagine what's coming up next. So I'll be coming up again at 8 PM tonight, and I'll be continuing this video in the night time at 8 PM tonight. So what we're looking at now is area X. So I'll point that out in my next, when I carry on when it's night time. So I'll end it here, and I'll come up back at 8 o'clock tonight, and I'll start off the swimming pool and do exactly the same video shots. So this is Mystery Cambodia, and I'll just carry on at 8 PM tonight, this video. Actually, there's one little shot that I didn't quite finish getting in. So this is part of shot X. It'll be at the end of the video at 8 PM tonight. So got the gold tower. I'll just go back to where I was just a few minutes ago. So this is area X. So you'll be surprised at what you see tonight at 8 PM. Now it's just before 8 PM, and I'm going to do the nighttime video, and I'll have to mention just one thing before it gets to 8 PM. That if you're thinking of coming to Phnom Penh or Cambodia, is to get a visa on arrival. Now if you want to be a tourist, get a T visa, and that will give you from 30 days to 60 days in Phnom Penh and Cambodia before you have to leave. And if you want to stay longer on arrival at the airport, get an ordinary visa or an e-visa, and that will give you anything from 1 month to 5 months to 6 months to 9 months to a year, 2 years, 5 years. You should keep on extending it, but don't confuse an electronic e-visa online with an e-visa or ordinary visa available at the airport on arrival. They're totally different visas. All visas, you can just come to Cambodia and get them. I'll leave all my details down below. If you want to know anything more, just contact me and I'll give you all the information. Right, we'll start off at point A, like we did this morning, or 3 o'clock this afternoon I should say. Right, we're back at point A. And you can see that big white tall building that I mentioned in the foreground there. You know, very, very few lights on, almost completely empty. Probably be 95% occupancy rate. Completely, you know, almost empty. We move over to these other 2 buildings, the grey one and the white one. And the grey one has only got external lights going. Both are completely empty and have been for over a year. We move over to the area. Imagine, I told them these apartments here are just being furnished. They were just finished, so there's a few lights in there where they were actually working in the apartment. So that one there is the one that not fully furnished yet, hasn't opened. But we look over to Diamond Island or Compitch Island and all those buildings over there. There's only a few with lights on at the top and flashing. All of them are empty, completely empty. I'll move down to the street down below. And this is 8 p.m. at night. Very few traffic on the road. Well, this is just a side road. The next road over is Monavon Boulevard, which is the main road. And it's hidden by these buildings here. So I'll move around. And you can see that a lot of the buildings are completely no lights on. You know, a lot of these white buildings in the back foreground here, completely in darkness. And all those tall buildings that you saw in the previous video from point A or point 1 are completely empty, going right over to the distance where all those tall buildings were, you know, more than 50 stories high, are all in darkness. And we get just down a little bit closer, you can see completely in darkness all those buildings down there. Getting down to street level. Now I'll move along to a little bit further, and this place has just got the stairwell lights on and 2 lights on in the whole complex. Just 2 lights on at 8 p.m. on a Monday night. So that's probably 99%, you know, empty, 1% or maybe 2% occupancy rate. Now I'll move along a bit further to point B or number 2. Right, we're at this point number 2 or point B, and in the distance all those high rises that you could see are all in darkness. Now we'll move a little bit round to where I mentioned the airport. All those high rises are in darkness. You know, there's not. Some of them have got the stairwell emergency lights on and the stairwell systems, and you'll see the long lights of lights like this one here. A lot of the buildings have the emergency stairwell lights on, and the rest of the apartments are completely empty. So out here, so down in the front here is the Genocide Museum, as was in the previous video, and we'll move around towards Russian markets. Now, in the daylight, there was dozens and dozens and dozens of high-rise apartments over towards Russian market area, and they're all in darkness. If you just go back to point A or point B in my daylight videos and compare with point B now, you'll see towards the international airport at Phnom Penh. I've got to say that I did say in my daylight video that the airport a new airport's been built and should be open by January 2023. But Cambodia has 3 international airports, one at Phnom Penh, one at Siem Reap, and one at Sihanoukville. So you can fly into, and some airports are cheaper at Sihanoukville and Siem Reap than they are at Phnom Penh. So do your research, and sometimes it's cheaper to fly into the other 2 airports than it is to Phnom Penh. And I'll leave all my comments down below, and if you want to contact me, you can on any subject on Phnom Penh or Cambodia. But now we'll go into the gym and look out the other balconies, do the 360 views. And here's the swimming pool, really inviting. But we'll go around and look out the window and the balcony. So we'll just go out the other balcony and get another view of Phnom Penh City. Now we're on a different balcony, and Genocide Museum down there. Those colour lights down there are a new type of Girlie bar nightclub that's opened up in the last few days. But anyway, get back. Now we're looking back over the Russian markets on a bit different balcony, and you can see, almost in darkness over there. If you looked at the day that we're on, this is number 3 or C point. If you go back and look at it on the daylight, you'll see the difference. All those high-rise buildings in the background of all in total darkness. There is a reason, but I can't explain to it on YouTube why these apartments are abandoned, or not abandoned, but not open for rental. They just build them and leave them, but there is a reason. I'll go down to the streets down below. Just after 8 PM at night, and very, very quiet. It's a Monday night. But I'll go round to Point D, looking out the window in the gymnasium. Now we're looking out the window again towards Russian market area. And all those tall buildings. Excuse me. That were there are all in darkness. That building there has been there for over 2 years, both of those there, or just under 2 years, and they've only just got lights on the outside and all empty, never been opened up. They're all been fully furnished and everything, but they just leave them empty. I go down to the street level. That's that building where the exotic cars are sold. And we'll go around to Point E on the other balcony. Now this is Point X that I was telling you about. There was just dozens and dozens and dozens of high-rise apartments at this Point X. And in the background, there was literally dozens and dozens of tall apartment complexes, 40, 50, 88 stories high in the background, and most of them are in darkness or just got lights. flashing on the roof or your stairwell lights going. And then you've got this building here that's been furnished, not open yet, or will it be open? I don't really know. And then I finished off with this area here that had the gold building, and that's the gold building there, completely in darkness. We'll go around and do another shot of point X, and it's just got the outside lights on it. The grey building next door to it, it's just in darkness and has been for almost 2 years. And that tall white one is 95%, 5% occupancy rate, 95% empty. So this is just a video on Phnom Penh, at 3 p.m. in the afternoon and 8 p.m. at night, with a few added details. So this is Mystery Cambodia signing off, and I'll leave all my details down below. And you want to leave a comment or contact me, I'll leave all my contact details down below. If you want to know anything about visas or anything about this video or other videos, just send me a message, a WhatsApp message or a comment, and I'll get back to you. So today is the 29th of August, Monday 2022. So this is Mystery Cambodia signing off from Phnom Penh, Cambodia, and have a good night.